Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be finishing up the Piccolo What If series. I wanted to get this out earlier, but the audio kind of messed up, so I had to re-record it, so that's kind of extended the process, and I can't edit until I do the audio, so here we go now. With the excuses out of the way, I want to say that this series has been fun to do. It's the first videos I did on my channel, and I'm really glad I did do them. While Piccolo may not be my favorite character, he is a pretty good subject for a series on what ifs in Dragon Ball Z. Hopefully the Broly series take a shorter amount of time to do this so y'all don't have to wait as long in between and I can get them out quicker for my own satisfaction. With that being said, I spent enough on the intro. If you want to support me, like and subscribe, whatever, it'll help me be encouraged to do more series and what ifs and stuff like that. So enjoy the video. We begin directly after Cell became perfect and laid down the challenge for the Cell games, and 10 days of training had begun. The human fighters had spent their time sparring with each other, so they had more fair opponents, while Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and Trunks spent their own time mastering their Super Saiyan forms. Meanwhile, Piccolo had begun his mental training and even used the time chamber to level up his Kaioken so he can go even higher. During those 10 days, Cell had begun his preparation and built the arena, and then even broadcasted to the strongest fighters to come and test their might. When the time had finally come, Cell had arrived at the arena and waited for his opponents to arrive, and the Sea Fighters eventually did show up. But they weren't the only ones that showed up, as Mr. Satan, the World Martial Arts Champion, had arrived to show Cell what true power looks like, even though he stood no chance. He would even be the first person to challenge Cell, thinking it would be an easy fight for him, but he would be left lying knocked out on the ground at the end of it. Piccolo would want to be the next person to step up and fight Cell, as he directly caused Cell to become perfect, and he wanted to avenge that. After they had a face-off similar to their first fight, a slow process would begin, with Piccolo eventually using Kaioken. His training had paid off, as he could use higher forms of Kaioken with less energy use, but he would stick to 5 times for now just to warm up. Cell would oblige this as well, as he was kind of having fun toying with Piccolo, and that would make Piccolo even more motivated to damage him. But even after using times 50 Kaioken and some more powerful key attacks, Cell would barely have a mark on him. Piccolo would be ready to continue fighting, but Goku would call out and say that he doesn't need to because he's clearly not doing much to Cell. Goku would step in and fight Cell, and it would be very much like the fight in the original show. Now this is where things change, because Piccolo and Gohan during that fight would be discussing a plan which would help them take down Cell. Gohan would know that if his dad can't beat Cell, then he would be next up to fight, and Piccolo would suggest that he draw the fight out so his attack can charge. Piccolo's attack plan would be to use a special beam cannon on Cell since it worked so well before, but he would put all his power into it so Gohan and Goku can defeat him. Goku would eventually realize that he can't beat Cell and would voluntarily step out so Gohan can step up next. When Goku would arrive, Piccolo would have begun charging his attack, and he would have told Goku about the plan and what they were going to do. Goku would oppose the plan at first, but then Piccolo would remind Goku exactly how strong Cell is and that fair isn't going to win them the fight. Goku would end up agreeing, and they would both agree that Goku would step in if the fight were to turn south for Gohan. Now speaking of the fight, Gohan would have done well at first, matching Cell's power, but then Cell began to amp it up, he would stand no chance. So Cell would begin to overpower Gohan in the fight, which would lead to Goku eating a senzu bean and then stepping in the ring to rejoin the fight. Cell would note the unsportsmanlike behavior from Goku that they had previously agreed to, and then he would spawn some Cell Juniors to fight their friends, which Goku would have to go and pay attention to. Gohan would get some sort of a rage boost seeing his friends in danger, but it wouldn't be enough to match up to Cell. Meanwhile, Piccolo would have had to flee so his attack wouldn't have been interrupted, and he would have hid behind the fight area so he can hit Cell with it properly. A couple minutes would have passed, and then eventually the Cell Juniors would have been defeated, and then Piccolo would have been ready to launch his attack, but Cell wouldn't have been in position yet. Goku would step in to save his son from Cell's wrath, but he would end up getting overpowered as well for a short period of time until Piccolo would finally launch a special beam cannon. Goku and Gohan would step out of the way when they would see the attack coming, and Cell would wonder what they were doing before he was pierced in the back with the attack, weakening him instantly. Cell would begin to heal, and then Goku would look at Gohan and they would both know what they would have to do, charging up Kamehamehas simultaneously, while Cell would look horrified at the amount of power. Cell would try and fasten his healing, but it would be too late as both Saiyans would launch the attack and it would obliterate him on impact. Everyone would be exhausted from the battle, and they would just look to see if Cell was still there, but there would be no traces of him left. Everyone would join in Goku and Gohan, and they'd be shocked at the power that was displayed in the fight. Goku and Gohan would go and thank Piccolo for making it possible for them to destroy Cell, but Piccolo would tell them that it was all of them who did the job in the end. Now that we've reached the end of the series, I want to thank everyone for watching the videos if you did, and I will have a super cut out soon enough with all the parts. Any kind of support is appreciated if you want to give it, and I am out.